In the news recently, Jeff Bezos moved from Washington down to Florida. I think I know why. He says he moved down there to be closer to his business, but there's something interesting. Jeff sells a lot of Amazon stock every year, traditionally. He has for a long time, and he gets a couple $1 billion a year at least in stock sales. And that's how he funds his space venture. That's how he funds a lot of the things he does on the side. And that's how he funds buying a $500 million yacht. What's interesting though, in 2022, he didn't sell any stock. In 2023, he didn't either. So he's been selling stock almost every year for a long time. You know what else happened in 2022 in Washington, Kevin?
What? What happened?
Washington state imposed a new 7% capital gains tax on any sales of stocks or bonds of more than $250,000. In 2022 is when it initiated. You sell $1 billion in stocks, suddenly you owe the state of Washington $70 million. So he stopped in 2022. That's fine. Maybe he's not going to sell stock anymore. But no, he moved to Florida this year, and Florida doesn't have an income tax or a capital gains tax. Washington doesn't have an income tax either. It's one of the 6 states, I believe, that don't have income taxes. But they came up with this new surtax to tax the rich. And then the rich moved out. And now Jeff is planning, and he has to file on their 10Qs and 10Ks. How much stock am I planning on selling over the next year? Well, he's planning on selling enough stock that if he would have stayed in Washington, he would have owed $610 million in tax to Washington state. But he's in Florida now. So how much tax does he owe to Florida state, Kevin?
I would assume zero.
Yes, zero. So he saved $610 million in taxes. In the same year, he's happened to be buying a $500 million yacht. There is hidden money right there. Move to Florida and the IRS will buy you a $500 million yacht.
Or come to Texas. I mean, could you imagine? Because he lived in Seattle. So going from Seattle to Florida, you're literally going across the country. As far as you can go outside of Alaska and Hawaii, you're going from one tip to the other. And it was a straight tax move. I mean, Miami's probably a nice place to live. I wouldn't live there, not my cup of tea. Good weather, I suppose, better than Washington. But the tax law, man, if he's going to be selling these shares, like you said, over time, he's going to save millions of dollars just by moving to a tax advantageous state.
Yeah. In last month's filing, he said, hey, before January 31st of 2025, I'm going to sell $8.7 billion or 50 million shares. At today's value, that'd be about $8.7 billion of stock. And I'm saving 7% in tax on that. That is some good tax planning, Jeff Bezos. Nice. You found some hidden money in moving to a state that doesn't have income tax. Beautiful.